Dodge this.
Yeah, I'll just fill my pipe.
Finish it, Mr. Bishop.
You guys gotta try this thing.
Come on! Look! He has a light grenade!
Right here!
Fuck out of the way!
Are you aiming for these people?
No. Well, maybe that mine.
Man, that John Wayne was a hell of a soldier, huh? Look at him.
We lost track of it yesterday at nightfall. We thought we gave it plenty of room.
Systems overloading hunter.
Goldie.
No, your crazy ass ain't scared to get up on that sidewalk. That's what I would do.
Why you died, Goldie?
Para volar. Y llegó. We have an emergency here. This is an emergency situation.
Bobby J, then 17, signed up for the National.
Me down at what? Great big spirit, thank you! Stop! Stop!
Byssar på er, pojkars mor.
Okay.
Oh, hey there, little fella.
Creeped out. You know, I saw an ambulance here today.
Heads up, bro. Ich got you
Watching scary movies.
Going too fast. It's a matter of opinion. Fall back.
I can't believe we made it!
All right, forget it. Let's do this.
You're a little bit smarter than I am, big and strong.
Okay, I'm out of here.
something just happens when I go and look for objects.
Wise choice, you'll never regret it, son.
It just becomes apparent. There's something about them that will make a good painting. You know, so I try and look for things with not too many loaded meanings. Try to avoid something that I think is overly kitsch. I find there's always an element of strange defiance within the objects I pick. I used to use text and objects and so on, whereas now I just solely concentrate on painting. There's something about it which can't be replicated in any other art form. You know, obviously art has to be marketed, and part of the art world and the media needs work that's quite easy to write about, or it's story-based, character-based, personality-based. The more interesting art doesn't really touch on those things. The work's the thing. You know, to some extent I think the artist should disappear into the work. It's more of a challenge to actually make this 2D object, and for it to sit on a wall and for people to actually take time out to look at it is quite difficult, really. I think the notion of artists being special people is a bit misleading. If anything, they're less than special. It's almost something you're missing rather than something extra you've got. There's a particular kind of male vanity as well in making art. I suppose some of the objects I use and some of the scale and so on is a way of kind of pricking that vanity. You know, I take making the work seriously, but I don't try not to take myself too seriously. I mean, it is, on reflection, quite a ridiculous thing to do, really. A painting, in some ways, is an object of contemplation. So when you look at a painting, for me, it does remind you of time passing and what it is to be alive.
Good. Long day. A lot of things can happen. Hi there. One ticket, please. Thank you. Hey Dario, doing all right? Is that guy? Yeah. There you go.
Welcome to Daytona 24 Hours. We're about 4 hours out of it.
Good job.
We heard about the explosion. They said 11 people got killed in us. I said, shit, man, that's sad, you know, them people got killed like that. I hope it wasn't nobody we know. Not thinking the monster that's under the water just, you know, pumping everything out on us. It was another storm, you know, it's like another Katrina happening all over again.
Katrina destroyed us from the outside in. You can take that kind of lick, but when you start talking about something that's going to destroy you from the inside out, starting at your roots, you know, it could take that away, and then, wow, I mean, I don't think there's no hurricane that can compare with this.
777, varias familias dejaron las Islas Canarias para la costa de Cuba, Texas y sur de la Louisiana.
Delacroix Island was a place that Tom forgot. The town's 3 miles long, on a dead-end road. You walk out the front door of my papa's house where I grew up, you cross the road, you get in your boat, and you go to work, you go fish.
And when that sun cracks and reveals the prettiest place on earth to me, you know you have a soul, because it goes past your heart and what you feel. It literally goes into your soul.
The island's not the island, the people were Delacroix Island. We'd go down there every weekend and eat. My mom had a big old table, nothing but food. You couldn't leave the island because you had to stop 50 million times on the side of the road because everybody gets together and they go talk by the buyer.
This place here was the freedom of life. You was free. You didn't have nobody telling you, you got to do this, you got to do that, you know. And that's what a fisherman is. It's a freedom of life.
My daddy didn't want me to be a fisherman. But when I got 12 years old or older, he knew I ain't had a shot of staying in school. He knew the only shot I had was to be a fisherman.
The alligator hunting? Oh, I enjoyed that. I used to go catch them live out there at night and bring them and turn them loose in my backyard. I figure I put alligators in the back. But no, they got a homing device to go back home.
Con pena y tormento y la voluntad de Dios, así nace en Pueblo La Costa de la parroquia San Bernardo.
Our whole life was the water, whether it was hunting or fishing or no matter what it was that pertained to water. It pertained to Delacroix Island. That one little piece of earth is just all we know, all we ever know.
Pero sangre de baño.
When I got the phone call and they said that they shut us down, I thought that was it. I didn't think they would ever open us up again. You know, fishing was over. What am I going to do?
They taking your life away when they tell you can't fish. That's like telling me I can't feed these kids. I got to wake up every morning and be on the water. For us, it's a full-blown battle. It's a commercial fisherman, the first line of defense against millions upon millions of gallons of oil that threatens to invade our marsh and take everything we know from way of life to generations to family tradition, heritage, and culture. It threatens everything. I'm out there working in the freaking oil field to provide for the family. I ain't a commercial fisherman no more. I'm work for USES, deploying boom all day long.
You're putting out hard boom and soft boom, yeah, and you're catching a little bit. You see this little bit shit floating on top of the water. What's under the water? We're doing all of this for nothing. And they killing us. They poisoning all of us.
Now I come home from work and I can't let the kids touch me because it eats on me all day long. I don't want them to be nowhere around this. I didn't want to be nowhere around this.
You got to stand in line for 4 hours to get your check, and you feel like you're in a welfare line. Like they do. They make me feel, they're making us all feel like they doing us a favor when it's their damn fault. And they come down here and screwed everything up, and now they doing us a favor by putting us to work? Bullshit. Bullshit.
I did not want to go out there. I did not want to smell this crap. I should have had a choice not to do it. I was losing my mind, arguing with my wife every day. I was in the hospital with migraine headaches, suicide thoughts. Got 4 babies, beautiful, gorgeous. Why should I even ever think about suicide? I had these thoughts in my mind. I was messed up.
It's like somebody cutting their vein, you know, and dying. You just dying a slow death. That's what they did us. And I'm pissed off about it, and I want somebody to go to jail for it for the rest of their goddamn life.
I could have went to work for BP, but I didn't want to go to work for BP. I wanted to keep on fishing. That's my livelihood. And the people were seeing all this oil and all that. They didn't want to buy Louisiana seafood. So I got to keep my industry going.
I knew what we was going back to. I knew we was going to fish seafood for hardly no price at all.
It ain't just the oil spill. That was before the oil spill. They didn't want to pay nothing for the seafood over here. Because 90% of your shrimp is being imported.
Who wants to hear about the biggest oil spill in history and yet pick up shrimp and go home and feed to their family? You can't blame people for doing that.
The thing that got me was the stuff they were spraying. And our government let them use it. Something that they can't use in their own country, they can use it in our country. That's one thing I couldn't understand.
We smelt the stuff and we didn't wear no respirators or masks or nothing like that. Because the safety guys that was working down here, they said the oil that we smelled wasn't harmful.
They don't know nothing about these chemicals that they use to spray out there on that oil. What it's going to do on the bottom into the Gulf, years to come, we don't know.
Their biggest worry is cleaning up the oil, getting back to what they do to make a living, drilling oil. So what if they're going to have to pay lawsuits and give people money, claims out of here, dismissed? Money don't solve everything.
I got $22,000, and that's for 6 months. And I filed $90,000 last year. It wasn't right. But I figure I'm old, you know. Just figure I don't need too much money. I ain't gonna last much longer.
They gave me $100,000. You know, they say, oh, he got $100,000 for nothing because he worked for BP and he made a bunch of money, and now they're giving him a settlement. So now he's He's on top. He's doing great.
It's a mystery, the way things are coming out. Some people that didn't lose nothing getting money. I can't figure that one. The one that took the beating is the fishermen. That's who took the beating.
I'm not doing great. I'm scared of losing everything down there. And everybody is. Your heritage. It's not a job. It's who you are. We're losing it. I don't think we'll ever get it back.
This all could be the end of 10 generations. It could be the end of fresh seafood as we know it, eating it. We have no clue which way to go or what to do, or if there'll ever be building back, if there'll ever be normalcy in fishing again.
This industry I'm in, it might not have been around when my son's old enough. But by all means, I wanted it to be around when my son gets old enough. I wanted to be his captain. I wanted to learn him everything that I know. And I might have had a shot at doing that before this.
I mean, people in Alaska with the Exxon Valdez, I think they said this thing was 20 times bigger than that. How can it be over then? If it's not over for them, how could it be over for us?
I think it's almost bred into us to be able to deal with one catastrophe after another and just take it. I know we all have it because no matter what gets destroyed or tore up down here, we all come back down here and get together and rebuild each other's places and go on with life.
You see, I'm a fisherman. That's what I do for a living. That's what I've done all my life. So I want to be close to the waters. So I come back close to the waters, back where I was. This is home. This has been my life. This is my home. This is where I was born and raised. This is where my whole life is at.
Soy huerfanita, no tengo parde ni marde, ni un amiguito que me venga a consolar. Solita vivo en este mundo penando, sola voy y vengo como la sola